Happy AANHPI month. This is our world. Reddit on Wiki starts right now.
Therapy.
I'm not reading. What is up, Wikimaniacs, and welcome back to another Monday Reddit Readings episode. I'm your host today, the Punny Pinoy John. With me, as usual, my favorite boys, Josh and Sean. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Oh, I totally lagged there. My brain is just like dead right now.
You can't do
Could
that
not
because
tell if that was your internet or
that
you.
was me, because I was looking at the tab that it's still uploading, and my brain also went on dial-up right now. Apologies for that. Just a blank stare, but hello, boys.
That was wild. I thought you were dead ass frozen.
Yeah, you can't do that when your internet's being
That's
garbage.
my brain. Apologies for that.
That's crazy.
Before we get started, before my internet goes bad again, before we get started in our stories today, if you enjoy what we do, consider being a patron or YouTube member. If you want to unlock bonus stories, episodes, live streams, ad-free episodes, and many more. Also, Sean, we got new merch up, right, buddy?
Ooh, that is correct. Shout out Joy again for the design idea. It's the spring Mayflowers collection.
Ooh.
People have been wanting maybe a little bit more girly pop aesthetic, and hopefully we provided that for you.
Girly pop aesthetics from three dumb boys.
Yeah. So
I'm a big fan of it. It looks sick.
It's very sick. So yes, shout out Joy, get that merch. Also shout out Sarah for the camera tips. I think it's been working so far, so good. But yes, if you want merch, redonwikishop.com, new collection out. And as always, with every limited time collection, half of the proceeds, profits, fuck both of y'all, will go to charity or a nonprofit. We have not decided. We're leaving that up to the patrons on Discord to decide. Yeah. I will start that comment up to get people brainstorming and to get a formal vote together. But yes, thank you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. Well, boys, ready to get started on today's episode?
Absolutely.
All right. Let us do it. First story of the day is coming from Do Bandicoot 7512. Gotta be a goat. And this one is from r/coworker stories. The title is Coworker Found Me on a Dating App and Won't Let It Go. What do I do?
Seems like
harassment.
Yeah,
the HR, right?
Because your dating life should not be their concern beyond. Hey, I saw you the other day. Like, you know what I mean? And that should be the end of the conversation. Unless they're interested, but even then it's like,
no, even then you can't. Read the room.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear John's perspective on this as the HR expert.
And actually, the top comment on this one definitely is my freaking true thoughts and opinions. So you'll see it later. So, story goes as this. I am a female that works in a primarily male-dominated field. I truly love my job. It's probably the best one I've had by far. Here's the coworker issue. One of my coworkers found me on a dating app. Well, he said his brother found me and asked him if he worked with me due to my specification of the industry I worked in / my location. I wasn't working the day he made this discovery, and upon finding out I was on said dating app, he made it a point to let everyone know that I was. And I found it odd.
Gross.
Why should he or anyone else care? I then realized it was in a, damn, she's desperate fashion. Not only is the workplace and field in general male-dominated, but I am more than 20 years younger than the majority of my coworkers, with the exception of the guy who spread the info and a couple of others. I didn't care initially, and I presumed it would blow over, but it indeed has not. He and a few others bring it up in a mocking or teasing way quite regularly. It really wasn't funny the first time, and it definitely wasn't the second, third, or fourth time. I want to highlight...
What's funny about it? That's what I like. You're both on dating apps. Cool. Get the fuck over it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is beyond like that initial thought, like of, funny, I ran into my coworker on Tinder or whatever the fuck. Who cares?
I guess the thing is because he didn't, his brother did. So he could say, I'm not on dating apps. I'm not desperate. But then by making fun of you, he's making fun of his brother. So
Yeah.
it's like,
but also like so many people are on dating apps that it's like, this is not a
taboo thing.
A taboo thing.
It's
yeah, exactly.
very normal.
That's very, that's how a lot of, I would say probably majority of relationships start nowadays.
Yeah.
It really wasn't funny the first time, and it definitely wasn't the second, third, or fourth time. I want to highlight that the intention does not feel playful, but instead is delivered in a very demeaning way. I will occasionally get unsolicited advice on my appearance from the same coworker. This is harassment.
Wow.
HR violation.
Yeah, write all this shit down. This fucker should be fired.
Record it.
I'm looking for advice on what I can do in this situation without turning it into an HR fiasco. I only plan to stay at this job.
Turn it into an HR fiasco.
Damn it, the comment has been ruined. I only plan to stay at this job until mid-2026. I want to make my next year enjoyable. What should I say next time he or another coworker brings it up? Something that will really embarrass them, perhaps. Any advice is appreciated. Thanks.
No, I would avoid the personal attacks at work just because then you could both get fired.
Yeah.
Keep it above board and report to HR. Like write down everything going forward that happens to you, because this is harassment. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to other coworkers that he's probably doing this to. And HR needs to deal with it. That's why they're there. Use them.
The thing is, I feel like he probably doesn't do this to any of his other coworkers because all his other coworkers are men, and he doesn't care if men are out there dating and fucking. He only is sexist and is like, oh, how desperate, how fucking disgusting of you to want to fuck.
Jesus
or
Christ.
just date, you know? Yeah, this guy seems like a real asshole. Yeah, I mean, I would really fight the urge to be petty because there's nothing stopping him and his little gang of losers from being like, oh yeah, she did that unprompted. Because unless you have like it recorded that they're harassing you all the time,
yeah,
it's just going to be a he said, she said. I mean, I'm not an HR expert, but like I would just go directly to HR and not like what Josh said, avoid all of the personal jabs.
Oh,
and then lead his brother on the dating apps.
I am so glad that you guys went on that because that's exactly like one of the advice that I would have given too is to avoid the whole, personal attacks because in this situation, I agree that a lot of like HR fields or HR departments are very much ineffective at what they do, especially in organizations where it's male dominated, because a lot of times HR policies and HR procedures, how they handle investigations, also kind of align with the type of demographic that workplace has. And it's unfortunate, right? So I luckily have been working a lot in a lot of places where it's more diverse in terms of like the people. There's a lot of different cultures. There's a lot of different ethnicities, backgrounds, people with disabilities coming from. So there's a lot more, I guess, sensitivity and more so like acknowledgement that, hey, consideration is a perfect word to put it. Like there's a lot more due process in like the way you investigate things, because it's like, all right, we understand that there's different nuances and there's different things that, sometimes there can be disagreements because there's just like a cultural difference, right? That can happen. But in this instance where it's like, I'm not saying this for all blue collar work. Unfortunately, a lot of time it is male dominated. So a lot of their policies kind of,
or the tech space, it's kind of to their advantage, right? So if you fight fire with fire in this situation, you will get burned. Not everyone else, just you. Because then a lot of like investigations with HR, especially, it's very like, hey, do you have someone that can corroborate that? And a lot of times, unfortunately, because of how, like the type of like people that possibly work there, they might gang up against you and they might say like, hey, we didn't say shit. Like she was the one that started the issue. And that's kind of the unfortunate part about it. And HR can only go by with, unfortunately, some of the statements that people say. And that's kind of like the shitty part of the job sometimes. So, but if possible, and Sean kind of said already, kind of ruined a comment, but the Stonely Loner put, what you do is make it an HR fiasco, which is kind of what you should do. A good HR would at least lead you to like the right resources, or if they're really fucking up, go to your local board,
I don't know if the EEOC still exists, but if they're starting to treat you differently, that's a lawsuit that you could have, you could do. That's just me.
Exactly. No one deserves to be treated like this
No.
in their workplace.
No. And all of that, dude, who gives a fuck? That's their private life. You know what I'm saying? Like what they do outside of like company allotted hours, who fucking cares as long as it's not like endangering anyone else? She's on a dating site. That is such a norm in like 2025, you know?
Exactly. It's such an insignificant thing.
All right, moving on to the next story. This one is cross-posted by another goat. Mary gets 2011.
Oh, big time goat.
The title for this one is cross-posted from r/unpopular opinion. And the title is Cursing Out Unattended Children Should Be Normalized.
Fuck them kids.
This is Josh right here, baby.
I'm torn because it's like the kids shouldn't be cursed at necessarily.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think you should cuss at the parent for leaving them unattended.
Depends on their age, like how old they are. But I think a general rule of thumb, it's the parent's responsibility to keep the kids from being.
I think no matter until they're 18, I feel like the parent should be a little bit responsible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like they're only subject to their environment. If they're a shitty parent, if they're a shitty kid, probably because they got a shitty parent.
I'm equal opportunity, so anyone can get it. To be honest.
I mean, all that being said, if I took my kid to a park and a kid pushed him, I'd fucking yell at that kid probably.
Oh, the way I wanted to like fucking beat up like the kids that traumatized Kevin when he was a puppy, I was gonna like go ham on them, but like Juliet was like, "Hey,
for sure,
don't do it." I'm like, okay.
Have you heard of the woman who?
Oh my god!
Yelled the N-word at a little kid.
Yeah,
and
Trump supporters raised $1 million
to support her. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I guess
because she went to jail or something like that.
I think she just wanted to relocate.
Oh, so Trump supporters gave her a bunch of money and donated so she can get out of her situation.
I'll tell the whole story. So I guess this kid who's, I don't know, maybe looked between 6 and 8 potentially, took something from a diaper bag of her child. So she chased after the kid and then like screamed at him, called him the N-word, and then like doubled down when she was being recorded by, I believe, the father or some sort of parental figure, which also like recorded the whole thing. And so she kept yelling the N-word at him and the kid. And then like a bunch of her stuff got out, obviously. And she's like, please help me raise money to relocate because my life's been turned upside down. It's like, well, you scream the N-word at a little kid.
You did. Call him a little shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's fine.
Anyway, that was a whole derailment. My bad.
No, yeah. I was thinking the same thing whenever this title was said, to be honest.
I didn't even know about that. So that's new to me.
Yeah. So don't yell that at kid. Like reprimand a kid, but don't go above and beyond.
Yeah, racial slurs is not the same as cussing.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to read the title again for timestamps purposes. All right. So,
for sure. Go ahead.
The title for this one is Cursing Out Bad Unattended Children Should Be Normalized. So, story goes as this. I've come to this conclusion a few weeks back when I was driving down a road and a group of seemingly 8-year-olds were sitting on the opposite side of the road. One with what looked like a Nerf gun aimed at my driver's window, which was up at the time, and shot a pebble-like thing at me. Normally, I will let it go and keep moving, but my intrusive thoughts got the best of me to teach them a theatrical lesson. Since the road was empty at the moment, I stomped on the brakes and quickly reversed back to them. Then, I rolled my window down and said, "What the fuck is wrong with y'all?" The two kids quickly pointed out the culprit, and so I asked, "The fuck is wrong with him?" And he quickly tried to make up the excuse that he was trying to shoot over my car. I said, "Don't fucking do that shit. People could react worse than I am." And he apologized and I sped off since I had nothing more to say. My point being is, if you leave your kids unattended to do their own thing and they act up towards me, I'm gonna say something about it since you, parents, aren't there. It just felt like something that would escalate into them throwing rocks at passing cars and just being mischievous towards people minding their own business. I felt like making an example since, the parents obviously didn't. Also, I really like my car, and it's my first owned car and a nice one, in my opinion. And I was a little pissed off, but not as much as I made it out to be. It really wasn't a big deal, but kids need to learn somehow, and gently didn't seem to be working.
Well, I
I'm
don't
going
know.
to take back what I said. I'm down with that in this particular situation.
I don't like how he assumed it was gentle parenting because he has no idea. It could be zero parenting.
Yeah.
Could just be kids fucking around. Either way, I think what they did was fine. I think that's definitely like warranted. They're doing something that's dangerous, could endanger other people. I think that's fair to be like, what the fuck are you doing kind of thing?
Yeah.
And then not take it, like, he didn't take it beyond that. And hopefully those kids got a little scared and were like, oh shit, maybe we should stop doing this.
Because if it were me, I would have
Ran their asses
scared them
over.
off the curb.
No,
not run them
run.
over, but just get them scared enough.
Yeah, because I mean, it could cause a car accident.
Because I could have just been like, oh, look what your pebble did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you're going to fix my shit.
Not good advice.
Not good advice.
Sean advocates for insurance fraud. People.
Your kid caused me to get into an accident. I'm suing.
I have a dash cam. I have footage of them doing it.
Yeah.
Then comprehensive menu 44. This is their top comment here. And it's kind of a little story that they put. They included, I was picking up my kid from school one day, and on the way home, this kid was playing on a sidewalk. When he saw me coming down the road, he ran out into the middle of the road and threw his arms out, pretending to be waiting to get hit. I slammed on my brakes and honked, then rolled my window down and screamed, "Get the fuck off the road, you stupid shithead." And that kid ran so fucking fast back to the sidewalk. I continued driving, making a comment to my kid, who was 8 at the time, about how dangerous that was. Cut to the next day, picking her up again, and on the way home, we see the same kid. This time, the kid stops dead in his tracks, points, and yells, "That's the one," to one of his friends. I stopped, rolled my window down, and almost said something, but they ran back to their houses, laughing my ass off. You're welcome to the unattending parents of this little prick.
I was going to say, if you're a parent of one of these kids and you get offended that someone's swearing at your kids, tell your kids not to run into the fucking road.
Yeah.
No facts.
I feel like most, at least any good parents would be like, yell at their kid. They'd be like, that's fucking embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
You're making me look like a shitty parent.
But also, like, you're endangering your own life, you stupid little shit. Like, stop doing that. Or
I
other
mean,
people.
I would, yeah. Darwinism, you know what I mean?
I can make another.
Like, damn. That kid really wasn't meant for this place.
Sean's wildin', bro. Oh, all right, moving on to the next story. Gotta say, this one is a little longer, guys, so it does come with an update because it is from Best of Redditor update. So buckle in a little bit, fellas. This one is cross-posted by OK Midscore Tap, Midscore 9765. The title is, "My 28 female husband, 33 male, confessed to me that his increased sex drive is because one of coworkers is trying to seduce him at work, and I don't know how to process this information."
What a fucking weird way for your sex drive to increase. Seems like it's...
So is he saying like, my coworker is trying to seduce me
And I'm
it's
into
making
it.
me so horny. I gotta come home and fuck you.
I mean,
at least you're not fucking them, I guess.
I
But then I'd
guess.
be like,
but
I don't know. We need to dive more into why your coworker seducing you is making you horny.
yeah,
Because I don't feel great about that, if I'm being quite honest.
I don't either. It seems like you're into it.
I would really hate.
It also seems kind of manipulative because you're like, if you don't have sex with me, there's a chance, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm horny enough.
I'm 1 second away from letting it go.
like this screams manipulation to me.
Interesting. All right, well, let's hop into it.
Unless she's his coworker, that'd be way better.
The wife is the coworker?
Yeah, they start working together. Maybe.
Maybe this is like
Let's
a
think
role
positively here, guys. Let's think.
It's like, what can I get you today, sir? Like, I'm your sexy secretary, and I'm brick. Am I making you bricked up?
This is the
Jesus
husband.
Christ.
Is the secretary.
Maybe. She's like this badass CEO and shit. All right. So the story goes as this. Me, 28 female, and my husband, 33 male, have been married for 3 years and together for a total of 6 years.
Yeah. Sure seems illegal.
Just waiting for Sean to say it.
We had quite a few comments the other day. I don't know if we just hit some weird algorithm with people, but they were like, you guys have an obsession with the age gap. It's like,
Well, one, it's a bit at this point.
There's definitely points where we're making it over the top for sure.
Yeah. But there are definitely a lot of, I mean, how many stores have just further highlighted how right I actually am?
But also, like, if you're so willing to defend it, that makes me look at you a little funny in the comments.
For sure.
Just keep that in mind.
We've had our ups and downs in the relationship. We love each other so much and had great understanding and communication. Our sex life has always been average to above normal. I don't have a very high sex drive and so does he. So things are pretty vanilla. However, it is satisfactory for both of us. A month ago, my husband...
talking missionary. I'm talking missionary.
Me on top, you on bottom.
A month ago, my husband started to change. He started to ask for sex more. He also started to become more aggressive in sex. And they put not the bad aggressive, but the good one. It was so out of order for us. But to be completely honest, I do enjoy this change. As a matter of fact, it started to change my own sex drive itself, and I found myself wanting him more and seeking sex with him more. So, during this month, we became very adventurous and daring, and our sex life went to a whole awesome, wonderful level. Around 2 days ago, I decided to go to my husband to surprise him at his work. Something I never did before. I dressed nice, put on makeup, and went to his work. When I got there, I saw him interacting with one of his female coworkers. And he put, they're around my age or a little bit younger. I waited for them to finish, but I kept watching them. What I saw was her clearly trying to seduce him. And believe me, women know these things. He kept keeping his distance, and eventually the talk ended. I saw it from out of the office. Their office spaces have big glass doors. When I entered his office, he was aroused.
Oh, that's gross.
I know his facial expressions when he gets aroused, and he was. Oh my God, he was completely aroused. He was happy with my visit and took the rest of the day off. We went, had lunch together, then went home where we had sex. And at night, we were talking and I mentioned what I saw and told him, what was that? He said that ever since she came to the office, she had been all over him that way. And it drives him crazy.
What the fuck? Drives him crazy in the good way?
Hopefully a bad way. I'm really hoping the bad way.
I would hope in a bad way too, but based on everything else, doesn't seem like it.
He even told the HR, but apparently nothing happened because she keeps repeating this with him. He told me that nothing has nor will it ever happen between them and that he loves me to the death. And I believe him. However, reflecting back on all of this and what he told me, he became more sexually active with me when all of that started with him. And it makes me wonder, am I not good enough for him? He needs another woman to excite him so he can come and have sex with me? I really don't know how to feel about all of this. And in my head, he wanted me and enjoyed me. But now I know for a fact that he was horny because of another woman. I mean, what should I do now? Should I tell him how I feel? Should I stop his advances for a little bit so I can clear my head? Please, any advice would help me.
Man, I mean, I would recommend couples therapy to talk about it with a professional, because I don't know if I can give good advice for this one, because I mean, I feel weird about it because you don't know, has he done like emotional cheating throughout this? Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to tell without knowing more details about it, but like, it seems like he went to HR, which is like, so he didn't want the advances, but also he was aroused and then didn't tell you at all beforehand. It seems like he's keeping a lot from you and is only now letting you know after you caught him, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird one. I think I would be in my feels about it, to be honest. Like, I don't know what's the right answer. I just know, like, if I was OP, I think I'd feel some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, because yes, he went to HR, he did that thing, but also you watched it for a while. It sure didn't seem like he was trying to get her to stop. I mean, he kept his distance, but I mean, it's not about work, you could just leave. You know what I mean? So and I think I would also feel I mean, maybe everything comes out in therapy and it's not that big of a deal. But I would just feel kind of weird to know that, you're getting revved up at work. I mean, I'm happy that I'm the one receiving it, but would I be receiving it had that not happened?
Mhm.
Sure seems like no.
Yeah.
And that feels weird to me. You know what I mean? Feel like no one should be revving anybody else up besides you and your partner.
Yeah.
Personally,
Unless
I don't know.
that's agreement you have or whatever. There are other, non-vanilla relationships.
we are very vanilla. I mean, I can imagine, I can see like a world where somebody is like, oh, wow, somebody else thinks I'm hot. So that revs me up to go with my partner. Not that I'm interested at all, but just the fact that they think I'm hot makes me feel hot. And then I go to my partner. But even then, I'm like, I don't know if I like that.
Right.
I don't know if I like that at all. Again, very vanilla here. I couldn't get behind it.
To me, what was kind of suspicious on my end is like usually when there are things that changes drastically like that, especially in the bedroom, I think a prior conversation was to be had like, hey, I feel like maybe they could have had a conversation and said like, hey, I think there's a little bit something lacking in the bedroom right now. Could we maybe spice things up? I think that would have been the prerequisite, but then it could be different scenarios for different people. But personally, that's a conversation that I think should have happened first before all the changes happen. So I'm a little sussed out too.
And I think maybe he didn't have that conversation because he's also confused about his own feelings about it.
Maybe, yeah.
Which again is like maybe therapy, like what Josh said, would really be helpful because I don't know. It gives me an icky feeling for sure.
I think my biggest thing is that he just didn't tell her until now. Like if this has been a thing at like you went to HR, like.
Yeah, crazy to go to HR for something and not talk about it with your partner.
Like
I feel like going to HR is kind of like a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never gone to HR in my life for anything.
Exactly. And if I've ever been, and it's never happened, but if I ever get hit on in public or whatever, the first person I'm telling is my wife. Like, you'll never guess what just fucking happened.
Yeah.
Like, so that like, there's no, because that's like, I'm not entertaining that, but I want you to know this happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of where it's like, it feels weird that he kept that from you, making me think there's more, even if there's not. And that's the issue. So that's where couples counseling comes into the play, and you can safely communicate what you're feeling and have a professional work through that guy with you guys.
I agree. All right. So we're going to go to like a relevant comment from like, the top comments in here and also like what the OP responded. And then there's a quick little update. So I'll provide that as well. One of the relevant comments from CJ Lower Score Debate commented, I know that it's weird to wrap your head around, but your husband is rejecting her advances and has done what he can to make it stop. You even saw them and he did not reciprocate. That being said, someone hitting on you and pursuing you so hard can excite you and make you horny. This happens because she wants him and he's being forced to withstand her feelings and think about what she's trying to do. Here's the important part. When his mind is on sex, he is thinking of you. There's someone else right in front of him that's throwing herself at him, but he immediately thinks of you instead. His mind is not on his coworker. She's forcing him to think about sex while he's at work, and so it's on his mind more often, and he ends up initiating sex with you more often, but that's it. He isn't having or wanting sex elsewhere. When he thinks about sex, you're the one on his mind. To which OP responded, yes, I hear you, but what about the fact that he only wanted more sex because of her and not me? And I mean, let's flip it. If I was the one who initiated sex more from him and he started to like this side of me, and then he finds out that the only reason behind that was that I had a male coworker that's been hitting on me, making me horny. It wasn't him that made me horny. It was the other coworker and his advances. How would he feel then? Would it be okay? So now let's go to the update where the plot kind of thickens here.
I forgot that this was a bow room. Completely forgot.
Well, John usually only reads like a bunch of comments when it's Boru.
True.
Okay.
So last night, I waited to have a talk with him before bed. We had some wine and we talked about the matter. I told him about everything I'm feeling and how the whole situation makes me feel. To be completely honest, his answers are making me shaking until now, and I couldn't even sleep. He said that
Thank God I poisoned the wine.
Jesus Christ. That happened to couples therapy, Josh.
Plot thickens. And so does his blood.
He said that her advances towards him started mild, flirty words, etc. Then she started to come at him more aggressively, dropping hints and then touching him. He went to the HR and told them about the situation. He and the HR laughed about it, and the HR told him he will document in case she reciprocated badly or anything. But at the end, they took it as a laugh. Terrible fucking HR here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I mean,
why is sexual harassment a joke? I feel like
it shouldn't be.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, again, this comes back to like, Razy, he did not tell you, because that's the first person I'm telling after HR.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, before going to HR, I feel like that's
True.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, whatever. Tit for
Yeah,
tat.
yeah,
One
yeah.
or the other first. Doesn't matter. But
After that, she became more aggressive with him to the point that one day she brushed her breast on his back. He told me that this day he lost it for a little and he and her made out in the office.
okay. So
All right.
It
So
didn't
yeah, he
stop
is a piece of shit.
just there. That's what I was thinking. There was more to this.
Mhm.
Man, that first Reddit comment got it so wrong.
He was definitely thinking about the other girl.
Yep.
He then stopped and told her he's married. After that, he lost it 3 more times more and they made out. And she even started to give him oral sex, but he tells me he stopped her and told her to end everything. And since then, he stopped everything with her. Boy, you already cheated.
They're doing all this they're doing this all at the office.
You'd be
I
surprised,
guess so.
Josh.
First off,
You'd
yeah.
be surprised.
I guess.
buddy.
I mean, the first makeout was already cheating.
When he ended things, he felt guilt towards me and decided to become a better husband by becoming a better lover to me and started to have sex more with me. And as I mentioned before, neither me nor him didn't have a high sex drive before, so he told me he was planning on being a better lover for me and have a little bit more sex. However, it turned out that I liked it and we ended up having more sex than what he planned. I asked him if he slept with her. He said no. I asked him if he visualized her when he sleeps with me, and he didn't want to answer at first, but he ended up saying yes.
You fucking dumb, relevant comment, piece of shit. I'm
Wow.
gonna defend this man. You idiot.
That was OP's husband.
Egg on your face.
Oh shit. I got caught.
He imagines himself having sex with her when he's with me.
Jesus
And he started to
Christ.
apologize to me, and I asked him, how would he feel if I was in his shoes? And I told him what he told me now. He said to not make a big deal of it, but I insisted I know the answer. He said he'd be disgusted with me and no way he'd stay married to me. And I didn't say anything after that.
Oh, there you go. There's your answer.
So
Time
why
to
did you
not be
fucking
married.
do it, my guy? Idiot.
Time to divorce, because that's what you would do, right? So it's only
Yeah.
fair if I do that.
How the turn fucking tables, man. He tried to apologize to me more than once, but I really couldn't process all these information. Today's morning, he texted me from work and told me he'll be staying at his parents' place for a little while, so we both can clear our heads and can move on forward with our lives. And I still haven't
And by his parents' place, he means his coworkers.
Probably.
Yeah. I still haven't spoken to him yet, and I honestly don't know what to do nor how to deal with the bomb he dropped on me last night. Anyway, just wanted to thank everyone who had helped me, gave me advice before. Thank you, and I wish you never experienced any sadness in your lives. To which, more relevant comments, and then they also had, okay, so they deleted their account after this, but before they deleted their account, they did leave one more final comment, a really short update. I'll save that in the end. So little random INFP commented, what you will do is only your choice. However, I would like to point out that this is cheating and that oral sex is sex and so is making out. I agree.
It's in the name. Also, I'm not telling you what to do, but your husband said what he would do if you did the same thing to him. I'm just saying, he said he wouldn't be with you. So
He said he'll find it disgusting, actually.
yeah. So I mean, that's That's all I need to hear.
Mm-hmm. I say it because this wouldn't be the first time I hear someone say, but we didn't have sex. Just like soaking, you know? Just because there wasn't any penetration. This is exactly like soaking, John. To make matters worse.
I'm confused because with soaking, isn't there penetration still? It's just no
There is.
motion.
It's not like soaking.
Oh, wait.
I mean, it'd still be cheating, but
I mean, yeah, both are cheating for
Oh, it's
sure.
penetrating,
Soaking,
but then
you're
like
in there.
someone is moving it, not them. So they're saying that it's not, right?
no, that's something else. Soaking is just sitting in it.
Just so still.
Yeah, but they're saying
I
like if
forget what it's
someone
called.
kicks it, like it doesn't matter, right? Like because technically not them doing it.
Yeah, but I think there's another word.
that's
for
another
that.
word, though.
Is it? Whoa.
Yeah.
Utah people, let us know.
Yeah, let us
in
know.
the comments.
We've done this so many times on the live, and I keep forgetting.
Jump humping.
Interesting.
I like it.
Everybody watch Jury Duty. That's a good show. There's a scene where that happens.
Oh, I can't imagine where, but that's crazy.
I say it because this wouldn't be the first time I hear someone say, but we didn't have sex just because there wasn't any penetration. To make matters worse, it happened more than once. I am so sorry for you, really. To which OP responded, I 100% agree with you on that. That's two in my opinion on what happened. He cheated on me with her more than once. And then people in the comments were telling OP to be more petty and let HR know. And they put, I'm tempted to do so, but I don't want to cause a scene after all. I'm probably not staying with him anyway, so they can be in a real relationship once I'm gone. I just want them both very far away from me. To which one of the final comments that OP provided in this Boru, I believe he's already has slept with her already. There's no coming back from that, and cheating is a deal breaker for me. And to me, making out and oral sex is just like PIV cheating. So to me, this is over. And I'm now taking steps to file for divorce with my divorce lawyer. And Mr. Johns, too, before OP's account has been deleted, they did post an update in the comments and they put, oh yeah, he's apologizing and all. He doesn't want to lose me. After all, I make 5 times more than him money-wise, so he doesn't want to lose that. But my cousin is my divorce lawyer and she's a real pit bull. She started the process and it's final now. He won't take more than what he deserves, not a thing more.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that comment. That was just like defending him to the death.
I'm not going to lie, and people may not believe me, but when you were reading this, I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't believe it. Yeah, it just, I don't know. He was already willing to keep this from you. It's just like, what else was he keeping from you? That's kind of what the vibe I got. It's terrible that you're going through this, OP. You don't deserve that. But I'm glad you're free of a cheating piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And now you got the freak side unleashed in you. So now you're ready to unload that on somebody that deserves it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. All right. From one piece of shit husband, let's end it on a good note. So this one is from Josh's Goat, cross posted by Hop Into It from r/marriage. Title is My Husband's Green Flag.
Where's the?
I might have read this one.
Did you?
Not on the show, but just like prior.
Okay, I was like, I don't remember this one, but
no, yeah.
I was thinking of what's the guy that waves the flags?
Oh, Dustin.
NASCAR?
Dustin.
No,
yeah,
Dustin Pointer.
On
The
TikTok.
green flag guy on TikTok.
Oh, I don't think I get him.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Story goes as this. Woke up about an hour ago, a little after 4 a.m., and my husband wasn't in bed. He's downstairs. He's not on his phone. He's not talking to another woman. He's not looking up porn. Nope. He's asleep on the couch with our very pregnant foster cat snuggled on his chest. When I asked him why he came downstairs to sleep on a couch, he said he dreamt that Luna went into labor and needed help and he couldn't sleep anymore because he was worried about her, so he went downstairs to check on her. When he picked her up, she immediately snuggled down in his arms, and that was that. My 55-year-old badass biker husband was so worried about our foster cat that he is asleep with her. And this is why I married him. I looked at him right now asleep with her and my heart melts.
That's adorable.
That is adorable.
I honestly would have such a trouble time being like taking in foster pets because they would just become my pet. There's no way I'm giving them back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's like my my friends, like they had a cat that came to their door a bunch, and eventually they were just like, yeah, we're just going to take it in.
You're mine now.
The distribution system works in mysterious
Hey,
ways.
They already had two, and they're like, we don't need another one, but we're going to take them in.
Yep.
And now they're having the same issue because they have another cat coming to their door.
Oh,
They're like,
no.
please, someone
The
take
homies
it.
told us like, hey, yo, they fucking feed me now. Get over here. Y'all want to hear a quick update from it?
Oh, sure.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I haven't heard this one.
Ooh, and this update happened 2 days ago.
Ooh.
So it happened in May 4, 2025. So they put edit to add. Luna had her babies last night. We went out to celebrate
Hey.
Beltane with our family and came home to 3 tiny jelly beans. A black female, a black male, and a tabby female.
Oh my goodness.
All have been weighed and are latched and resting comfortably with their mom. Everyone appears to be healthy and happy.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
little kittens. I do like how cats are just like, here's an assortment of kittens that look completely different. It's crazy how that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Chip and Kara, they're sisters. They look very different, but their batch had 2 gray cats, 2 brown cats, and 2 white cats. They all came in pairs. I was like, oh, how cool.
That's super cool. And you didn't get a pair.
No.
Damn.
We got to be equal opportunities to all the races.
I gotcha. Okay.
Except for the Grays. The Grays didn't make it, unfortunately.
Damn.
They didn't make it over. We can only take two of the 6.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Ringo's litter was 2 tabbies, an orange one that loved me that we almost took. It's like if they already didn't have someone lined up to take her, I was like, this one's mine. And then a gray one as well. So it's just
I'm
crazy.
scared of orange cats.
Why?
They have a reputation for being just so high energy
I mean,
and wild.
Ringo is the most high energy cat. I don't think we get higher, so it doesn't matter. But it was chill. It just was like, it literally crawled up on me and then sat in my hoodie for the afternoon.
Oh, hell yeah.
When we were hanging out with them.
I like it when they purr. It's so relaxing.
Yeah.
When we start baking.
It
The
is.
first time I heard a
biscuits.
cat purr, I was so confused. I said, what is that?
Dude, the first time I heard them chatter, I was like, I've never heard this before.
Oh, like at a bird? Or
yeah.
something like that?
Ringo did that and I
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me. I was like, it's possessed. It was like,
And then their lips are moving all crazy up
Yeah,
and down.
yeah. It was like the first 2 weeks of owning. I'd never owned a cat before. And so Ringo did it randomly one day. I was like, what the fuck? Did we get a defective cat?
We need to get this house blessed.
Give me that orange one.
Taking it to the church.
Start fucking like whispering like Latin shit. All right. It wouldn't be a Monday episode without a section from the amazing Underbaki. And boys, this one is going to be a special Rate That Date segment by the amazing Underbaki
Ooh.
because all of the entries today, I was going to say entree, I'm fucking hungry. All the entries from this week's episode, they're all listener submitted by our Discord Wikimaniacs.
Whoa.
Damn. Okay.
Shout out
cool.
to Alex for reaching out to the Wikimaniacs on Discord. So, hey, if you're not on our Discord yet, join. It's like the most chillest community out there.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, you know the drill. Rate that date. What was our scale? 1 to 3?
Yeah, 1 to 3 is fine.
Yeah, let's just do that. All right. Date number 1. And this one is from username Hannah Solo, again on our Discord. And the story goes as this. Oh, I have a few bad dates. One was a second date, and we were going for a picnic in the park near my condo. We had set up when a bunch of wasps came and started buzzing around. I'm terrified of wasps. I hate saying that
White
word.
people?
Why is wasps white people?
Is that really what it's called? I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
There we go.
Oh,
Thank you. I'm saying white ass person.
that's funny.
That's wrong, but yeah. Yeah, that's what wasp means.
Oh,
That's funny.
shit.
I'm allergic to real wasps.
I'm also allergic to that type of wasp. I am terrified of wasps, so I asked to move, so we did. Well, the wasp followed. Fuck, I hate that word. Followed us, and so the date decided that I was good. It was a good idea to start jumping on the picnic table, screaming at the top of his lungs, "Fuck you, wasps!" I eventually convinced him
Jesus
to get
Christ.
down, and we went to his car to eat. His car, I found out, was a 1970s raper van with a mattress inside.
What? Like a white van? Is that? I
Like
don't know.
it
what
looks
that
like a
is.
white van and it had a mattress inside, bro. I would have been
What the
I
scared.
guess no windows.
That is scary. I don't know
Look like
if I
a
can get in there.
those surveillance cars
Yeah.
from like movies. I don't know. After a very awkward meal, he asked if I wanted to go for a drink. I have no ability to say no to people, so I said yes. Well, after sitting down beside me in the booth, he
That's
started
insane.
undoing his pants.
Okay, what the fuck? I interrupted you too early there.
No, I'm sorry. After sitting down beside me in the booth, he started undoing his pants. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He pulls out a huge switchblade style hunting knife he apparently keeps in his underwear. He said he needed it in case he was kidnapped. And at the point, I did in fact learn how to say fuck this and got right out of there. So boys, rate this date.
Oh, a 1.
One.
I feel like he's the one that's going to be doing kidnapping.
It feels like it.
I feel like I had high hopes. Like an outdoor picnic for a second date is very cute. Into the idea, and then it's a little meet cute. We have wasps we have to run away from. Oh, it's unfortunate, but it's fun. We're doing that together.
Yeah, being all
but then
animated.
the standing on the table, I was like, oh,
Fuck you,
he might be a
wasp!
little, he might be a little strange. And then the scary van, confirmation that he could be strange.
And then
And then,
confirmation was when he sat beside you in the booth. That's
Wild.
psychotic.
That is what Josh really lost today.
No, but keeping a knife in your underwear is just insane. Like, is that not cold?
Imagine accidentally sitting wrong.
Yeah, I was like, a switchblade. Don't you just have to hit a button and then the blade pops off?
I'm circumcised now.
The way I just would not trust myself.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, man, I agree. So it sounds like this is a bad date. We're going ones all around, I'm guessing.
One for sure.
One's
yeah.
all around.
All right, date number 2 from With Hey K. And they put, first date took me to a bar called The Hurricane, where we drank hurricanes, and he played Rock Me Like a Hurricane on the jukebox for an hour until the bar pulled the power plug.
An hour?
This is torture.
He had the song on repeat for an hour?
Wait, we dated for like 2 years and lived together at the end. It ended in a disaster, but the date was pretty okay. You must really like hurricanes.
I was going to say, too, at least there was a theme to this date. You know what I mean? He tried.
Yeah. I will say playing any singular song for an hour straight. I can understand if you just heard the song and you like it, you're listening to yourself. But to make an entire restaurant listen to the same song for an hour straight, I think is psychotic behavior.
Well, I think once you play it 4 times, you're just like, well, I gotta do it again. Well, I gotta see how long they'll let me do this. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
It's an achievement at that point.
It's insane they lasted an hour, like
It's
Josh said.
Fuck.
So how would you rate
I give
this
it a
date,
3.
guys? You give it a 3. I mean, they live together.
I mean, it proved to work out for a little bit.
I
They
give
said
it
it
a
ended
2.
in a disaster like a hurricane, you know?
Oh, well, I mean, I would give it a 2 if I thought we were just doing a 1 through 3.
1 through 3.
1 through 3.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
2. A 2.
Yeah.
2.
All right. Moving on to the next date by Bobo Del Gay. It goes as this. I went on an online long distance date back around 2021. We got takeout and watched the 2005 movie Constantine, the one with Keanu Reeves.
Hell yeah.
For context, I am a huge Hellblazer / Constantine fan. And while the movie is fun, it is a terrible adaptation.
I don't know. I was like 13 and I was like, this shit is sick.
It's the best thing I've ever seen.
This is the fucking most rad shit I've ever seen, dude.
They changed a lot about the main character just for starters, like his hair, coat, and nationality. My date and I watched the movie and I talked shit about it, and we ended up talking for hours after.
Wait, is Constantine not white?
Is he
Did
a
white
wasp?
people whitewash?
Yeah.
Sean's now reconsidering his favorite
Well,
movie
because
from his childhood.
I was super into the fucking the CWDC era of shows, and Constantine was also white in that bitch.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
Oh, I was deep into all of those terrible CW shows. It was bad.
I mean, you have an Arrow costume. It only makes sense.
Yeah. And I knew they were bad too when I was watching it. It's just
You have failed
I was in
this
it.
city.
It's like the Arrow had maybe half of the seasons were really good, and then the other ones were just so bad.
Yeah, he is a white guy.
Yeah, Constantine is a white guy. I'm not crazy. I mean, they did change the jacket for sure. He wears a trench coat, and then the movie he was just wearing a suit. Maybe OP thinks Keanu isn't white. Does he think Keanu is Asian? I don't know.
This ethnically ambitious or ambiguous guy is on screen now. I don't know what's happening.
I need my blonde white man.
My date and I watched the movie, and I talked shit about it, and we end up talking for hours after. A few months pass, and we're playing online D&D on Halloween, and the whole group decides to dress up. I tell my partner I'm going to dress up as a comic book Constantine with the iconic tan trench coat and a red tie. The game rolls around, we join the Discord call, and all turn our cameras on. My partner is dressed up as Keanu Reeves' Constantine. We've been together for 3 We've been together for
Fuck
3
yeah.
We've been together for 3 years now. I still talk shit about the movie.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That's a 3.
That's a 3 for sure.
Out of 3.
Yeah.
Just so we're all clear, because I was still confused a little bit. Perfect date. Hell yeah. I am on your boyfriend's side. It's inaccurate, but Keanu's fucking sick.
He's definitely white.
And he's also white. I'm confused. Maybe we don't know what we're talking about, but the pictures look like a blonde white man.
Yeah. Based on everything I've seen. But who knows?
Yeah, we could be wrong.
I'm not an expert. I've never watched the movie either, so.
I mean, probably not good, but if you watched it as a 12 or 13-year-old, it was probably super sick.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, I guess especially as like a good Catholic boy, I'm like, oh my God, he's fighting the literal devil.
This is so badass.
He's fucking actually killing the devil. What an awesome move.
This is all I dream of.
Dude, I wish I could kill the devil.
Bible's camp.
Oh, shit. All right. Last date is posted by Caroline. It goes as this. I went on a date with a guy I met on Hinge. Typical golden retriever vibe. Fun-loving, not too serious, generally a good boy. I actually mean this in a positive way. The date went seemingly well until we started talking about work and education. He had a bachelor in business administration and worked in finance adjacent. I said, great.
Red flag.
Hey, chill.
Sean got a business administration.
Yeah, what the
He's
fuck?
going for his
Works in
master's.
finance, though. Works in finance.
I mean, my job is not far from that.
I mean, supply
Red
chain
flag.
is kind of like secondary.
That's fair. I'm just joking. I'm just joshing you.
This is fucked.
And he's gonna be a master at it, Josh. Fuck this guy.
God damn.
I said, great, sounds good. Love that you love your job. I explained I have a master's in econ and are currently pursuing a PhD. Golden Retriever boy suddenly got very defensive, explaining that doing a master's is no harder than doing a bachelor. Why the hell would I waste?
Sean.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the hell?
What the hell?
Oh, which is funny because the next sentence, why the hell would I waste my time doing a PhD? He also made sure to let me know that I should not think I'm smarter or better than him just because I have wasted more time in college. At no point did I speak poorly about his lack of education or proclaim that I was superior in any way. I simply told him what I was doing for what I do for a living. It is also clear stated on my profile, so it should not have been a surprise either. So boys, rate that date.
1.
Yeah, it's just a very
Insecure.
For sure.
insecure. Like, what are you supposed to do? Lie to make him feel better? Like, what the fuck? He's just, very insecure. I hope that was the last date you ever had with him.
Yeah, I don't got a lot to say. A real piece of shit there. Real insecure.
Real piece of shit.
Real piece of shit. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. You started the comparison. Not OP, but the insecure guy.
Yeah,
He's the one that started comparing it. Quite literally, like, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't, a normal person wouldn't just normal pussy. A normal just jump to the conclusion that like, oh, if they're saying something if they're saying that in response to me, they're trying to one up me. But I don't think that's what they were trying to do. I think you explained what you're doing. They explain what they're doing.
That was
just
the
like
end of it.
OP said, they were never like, yeah, I'm actually getting my PhD, you fucking loser. You should probably quit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know.
And they asked and you got an answer. So why the fuck are you tripping about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Well, that is it for this week's episode, Wikimaniacs. But before we close it off, boys, anything you'd like to add?
Get our new merch, Row Flower merch. I don't know. What is it actually called?
I put Mayflowers.
Mayflowers. Okay. So you get that at redditonwikishop.com. Shout out to Joy.
Shout out Joy.
For designing that. And all profits will be going towards a...
Not all.
Well, no.
You're right. Yeah, half.
Yeah, I don't want people to buy the merch and then us later on be like, yeah, half of it went to, and they'll be like, I bought it with the idea that all.
You're right. You're right. Half of the profits will be going towards a charity of our patrons' choice, which they are figuring out in the Discord right now. Sean will come back to us hopefully before the end of the month on a charity. And so go get that at redditonwikishop.com.
Sean, anything, my guy?
Nope.
All right. Well, that is it for this week's episode. We will see you again on Friday. Oh, wait. When does this come out? The 12th?
Yes.
If you're rich, Wednesday, $10 bonus Patreon live stream for the $10 rich Wikimaniacs. Be there. Because Sean
I'll be there.
Sean will be there. Bye.
Get therapy.
I'm hungry.
Get therapy.